All right, so as I was driving, I thought to myself, okay, let me share what I've been doing for the last 6 weeks and then how I am preparing myself for the next year that's coming up. The 6-week course that we did with Hispanicpreneurs in Venice, that's over. We finally did the graduation. That was pretty cool. Success and being able to see that idea come to life was really cool this year. I did an event with Starbucks. We went to a volunteer event. It was really cool. We had a lot of cool shots with different people. I got to meet, a couple of different corporate individuals from Starbucks in itself. But that was a cool experience as well. I'm not working at Starbucks anymore. So that was my last day was on the Friday of last week. There were certain things that weren't just making sense in certain areas. So that's what made the decision of okay, we're not gonna invest my time here. I'm gonna invest my time elsewhere, which it might be a little more efficient and more of a return of investment based on a numbers reason of why I'm not working there anymore. So that's a new update for that. But I'm trying to keep my same schedule between 4:30 to 10 a.m. to generate income, to go do things. And like I mentioned in a previous video, if I can wake up at the same time for someone else, then I'm pretty sure I can wake up for myself and dedicate that to working out, my health, my mental health, or just some type of work that I could do within that time frame so I can get a better investment or return of investment. Oh, I guess last Friday, we did a shoot with a company called AB Marketing Group. They hired me to do an event coverage at Mini Sterling BMW in Virginia, so that was really cool. Which that brings me to today, which is December 31st, 2024. All right, so that's what's been happening within the last 6 weeks. Now, how we're getting ready for the next couple months that are coming up, and what's my thought process behind that. So I learned this technique called time boxing, which is 3 boxes, right? The first box is just your top 3, your second one is your brain dump, and your third one is your timeline. So like today I have to edit this video. I have to put some time aside for that. So I'm keeping myself on track. The way it looks like is I'm literally just writing all my thoughts down in no particular order, whatever comes to my mind at that time, right? In this case, sometimes I'm in the car, I can't drive, or I can't obviously write and drive at the same time. My wife is with me and I'm like, hey, can you write this down for me? So in this case is the Big Calendar affiliate, which is the first thing I have on here. The book completion, so I'm writing a book. And I have it here for February 2025 where I wanted to have it officially done. Now I would have this book first draft officially done by tomorrow. So I'm really excited for that, but that's another check right there. There's some sort of accomplishment. It says course completion. I haven't completed the course yet. I do have the platform already for it, so it's going to be through Teachable. So great. That's something that it's part of the brain dump. Then we have a pitch to a client. So I have a couple of different pitch decks. One that I want to do more speaking engagements this year, do more coaching engagements that revolve around the book, around the course, around the products that I'm selling online. Like, all right, once we're done here, then we take that, we start. Well, I start categorizing, okay, what can I get done today? What needs to be put on digital? So this is where Monday.com starts to kick in, right? Monday.com looks like something like this, right? So here I have my job, my sales, my contacts, so people within that I know that's a network, that it's lead, what's high priority, what's low priority, all these different things. But this is where my contact list is for different people. And then we have my job. Well, this is where I have things a little bit more organized. So it goes from paper, right? It goes from paper then to phone, or in this case, I usually do it on a desktop, to be honest. But as you can see here, I got current projects, current offers, customer mastery, financial management, systemization. I'm not sure if you can see that. It is a lot to kind of digest, but just bear with me. I'm pretty sure it's going to be helpful to you.
Yeah, I know you want a brownie. You want a piece of this brownie. Okay, you know what? Let me go be looking for it and we can't find it.
Why is it so dark in here? You're not working?
Don't get the documents. Classified. Classified.
So I'm not trying to sell you on any software on Monday.com in itself, but I just want to show you how I leverage the software, right? And I don't pay for it. I actually just use the free version. But for example, right now, this is one of my current projects, vlogging, having to tell my story and kind of document my journey. So those are your actual tabs. And then underneath that, you have sub items as well. One of the projects I'm working on is the brand itself, myself, right? But then underneath that, we have things that need to get done for those projects. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I literally just started using the sub items. It is something to get adjusted to. It is not something that's just gonna come very easy. I personally feel like it's taken me a while to really get adjusted to. Once again, Shema has taught me this. And now the next part that we're going to talk about is actually setting up my calendar. What does that look like from day to day? And I always see this, like everyone has 24 hours in a day. You, myself, everyone, every single person. But how are you going to use these 24 hours? We already know that 8 hours of those days are used for usually for work, for accomplishing something, for an exchange of income. Also, today, we actually have to go to a customer's house to go troubleshoot a thing that she had going on. She had to update her computer. So then everything that we kind of had set up on her computer is not set up anymore, like her websites and things of that nature. You know, we're gonna go ahead and knock that out, pick up a check too. Did you know that the owner of ChatGPT actually has an article of how he writes things down, the type of pen he uses, the type of books he uses? I didn't learn that until this year. When I actually looked at one of his articles that he was on, I think in an interview that he was talking about how he kind of puts his ideas together. And I found that very reassuring a little bit, just because I mean, shoot, I write a lot of things down and I'm always telling people like, bro, write down your ideas, write down the things you need to get done, the things you want to get done. Because I truly believe that if it's not written down, sometimes it's not true. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see it as real. It's just kind of like an idea that you have. A little bit more than an hour, but knocked out the stuff we need to knock out. As an adult now, you have to kind of say, hey, let me check my calendar real quick. Let's be real. As an adult, you have to do that because there's so many things that you got going on. You have a schedule for work, so you got to make sure you accomplish that. You can't say, hey, I'm going to be there this day, because maybe you have to ask off. You're going to have to find somebody to take your shift, or someone take over a project. There's always something. So as an adult, you always have to say, hey, let me check my schedule real quick and I'm going to get right back to you. Or let me look at my calendar, see if we can book something right now. You know, there's days like that, you know what I mean? Like days that looks crazy, you know? For example, I'm trying to see here, like, look, this was December 7th, you know? I'm sleeping between 1 to 6 in the morning, all right? That's my grade. Then I start my day between 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. So as you see there, it says start my day. I'm not sure if you can see that there, but yeah. And then we have driving. I drive for an hour. So because that was going to take me between 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., really 30 minutes to get me down there from Baltimore to Columbia, Maryland. But then what I had to do was I had to stop by the office. I had to do some other stuff. So I like to leave some wiggle room for me to just get there in case there's some traffic, but also knock out some stuff in the area if I need to. But then after that, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., this was when I had to do the conversation, the speaking engagement, which I just kind of showed you that previously. And then from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., I am driving back home. I'm going to some other location. And then after that, I kind of have it open, you know, because I was going to spend some time with my wife. She was coming with me. We were going to just kind of play it by ear by that point, just to hang out, have a date, have something that we have together. Giving your time purpose, that's what I call it. You know, you're making sure that in your day-to-day, you have something going on. You know, I don't like to just sit around. I like to make sure that I'm keeping myself busy, I'm keeping myself productive. There's a story of a farmer that I heard. This farmer spends the winters preparing for the time that he's gonna have a lot of harvest, the time that he needs to start planting. So he cleans the machines, he oils down the machines, he sharpens his axe, he sharpens his machines, his blades, whatever he needs to sharpen. He restocks on gasoline, whatever it is. He was restocking. We're re-preparing for the moment that it gets the moment that is designated to get busy. When I was working at Starbucks, from 4:30 to 5 5:30, but we're stalking. It was just stalking everything. So then that way at, by 5:36, when it starts to pick up a little more, then you have things in place. So that's what we're doing right now. So when the time comes, we're as prepared as we can get. If you don't have that, then you're leaving a lot of money on the table because you're wasting a lot of time. Therefore, I want to bring it to here. All right. This right here is a vision board. I'll show you how this. Okay. This is very important. I got through that. That's a big check. I got through getting better with my relationship, getting closer with my family on all three ends. Both my personal, my mom's, my dad's, my wife's. We got married this year, so that's a check. We haven't gotten the house yet, but we still got a home, so that's a good thing. That's still rolling into 2025. Definitely got better at being taking care of our dogs, walking them out more, taking them to the vet, getting groomed. I mean, bruh, we gotta learn how to be better dog parents, right? I'm applying a lot. He talks a lot about writing a book, making a product, and understanding the business models, and we're creating that. So I'm learning a lot from them. Yeah, that's definitely a relationship that I've grown into as well. With my father, we've grown a lot together. Secondly, also in business, I've learned a lot in how to get comfortable with my own personal brand and things of that nature, right? So, yeah, I did speak a lot more this year as well. So that's a huge check on this end. And yeah, I got to shoot more more projects that I wanted to shoot, whether that was personal projects, whether that was working at the dealership, filming some content. But bro, it was fun. I enjoyed the content and the things that I did this year, the productions I did this year. So, bro, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I accomplished a lot of things that I wanted to do this year. Every time I would come to this desk right here, which is pretty messy right now. So yeah, so every time I would come to this desk right here that you see back here, it's, I would walk by this. I get to see my vision board and be like, man, it just turns into a real thing. You see how I went from like paper and then actually to digital and to then printing it out. Like, that is the process of actually turning things into action. So it's not just an idea, it's an idea to implementation to action, to actually making it into a reality. And it's taken me years to get to the point where I can actually create vision boards and write things down, and it's been years of practice, years of putting best foot forward, years of failure, but that's how you get it done. You know what I mean? So my objective for this next freaking year is to help you. I genuinely want you to know that I'm here I want to see you progress in some shape or form. I want to hear, stories of progression, whether that's in relationships, whether that's financially, whether that's your career, whether that's in personal growth, in your mental health, whatever that particular thing is, there is progression going through your life. So that, for me, that's very important. You know what I mean? And it's been very important for me to make sure that I'm keeping myself on top of things, that I'm striving for more, and I'm actually keeping up with the things that I'm saying that I want to do. Not everything comes out the way you want it to come out. Not everything comes out. Not everything that you put on the paper of your goals get accomplished. Accomplish the most you can. Do your best, and then just live, bro. Have a great day. Have a great life, and just keep it moving. So I'm gonna leave that there for right now. And I don't know, maybe I'll end the video here.